Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist congregation at Shelter Rock. My name is Meagan Henry, and I serve as one of your ministers alongside Reverend David Carl Olson and student minister Brian Bauer. We are still in a mourning process following the death of our beloved lead minister, Reverend Dr. Fenimore. Today marks 11 days since her passing and our 10th day of observed mourning. Grief is not a straight path, and each of us is somewhere different on this journey. What we share is this: we were here in this place with her. She led us, she knew us, and her absence is something we are all feeling in our own way. Today's worship is an opportunity to come together, not to have it all figured out, but simply to be in community as we move through this loss together, each at our own pace. Through music, words, and ritual, we will hold space for our grief and for one another. Children and youth will be with us for a story at the beginning of the service before heading to their religious education classes. So, friends, adding to our grief is the recent death of our former minister, the Reverend Paul Johnson. Reverend Johnson was the minister here from 2002 to 2016. He lived a long and full life. He loved music and enjoyed singing in the choir. I had the opportunity to meet him when I accompanied him and Reverend Fenimore and several members of this congregation on a learning immersion journey in Haiti, where we met with and learned from our partners in the Papai peasant movement on the Central Plateau. One thing I remember about Reverend Johnson from that trip was when we were working on a project where we had to use these really big, heavy, kind of sledgehammer-like tools to break up some super hard rock and dirt and this big pile of stuff. We were unskilled workers, right? We were there and they were like, here, take this, break up that stuff over there. And we were like, okay, remember Latifah? So we went to do that. And here we were in the sweltering heat and humidity. And naturally, we all needed to take a lot of breaks for water and rest. But Reverend Johnson would not stop. He wouldn't. Somebody made a video of it because they were like, we have to show the congregation. This is just, what is happening, right? He just kept working away. We would all be over there getting water, and he's like, bang, bang. And people would be like, Paul, stop, take a break. We made a song about it. Okay, great. That's right. So that was my experience. I only got to spend 1 week with him to get to know him, and I know that many of you spent a lot more time with him, and you will have, I imagine, many, many stories and memories to share. His celebration of life will be held here at UUCSR at a date that is to be determined later, probably sometime in June. Don't hold me to that for sure, but probably sometime in June, but it will be here. And now, I would like to invite our congregational president, Amy Vella Ripley, to come on up and say a few words.
Thank you for that, Reverend Meagan. Good morning. Good morning. I love having everyone here. I have a real soft spot for all congregation services. I love seeing everyone together. So whether you're a visitor, a newcomer, or a longtime member of this congregation, you are welcome here. Wherever you are in your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. In this community, we use science, reason, and an open heart to explore life's many mysteries, To learn more about this congregation and Unitarian Universalism, please visit our welcome desk in the lobby or go to our website, uucsr.org. The Board of Trustees invites you into the fuller life of this congregation. Next week, on May 3rd, the congregational meeting of our congregation will take place after lunch. I've made the decision to strip down everything to just basically the bare, necessities, if you will. So we will be voting on the beach grants and making sure all of that good service can move forward. And I will also just be I will be addressing the congregation and having more of a lengthy president's report, just given everything that has transpired, and there'll be some updates there as well. After service today, we invite you to visit the art gallery, where several activities are available to help us process grief. Feel free to engage with them here or take them home with you. Join us also for Sunday Cafe for lunch in the social hall. A small fee applies, but if you're visiting for the first time, you are a guest. And I just want to say as well, sorry, going off script, David knows I do this all the time. I have to say that I hope everyone stays and enjoys that. It's been so heartwarming to see this congregation come together and be there for each other in the past, 11 days, if you will, or even before that. So it's a great time to connect with one another. Coming up in the life of our community, we have the Labyrinth Walk by candlelight with Reverend Olson. That's on Friday, May 1st at 6:30 p.m. And we will celebrate World Labyrinth Day on Saturday, May 2nd. And just a reminder that the congregational meeting will be on the 3rd after lunch that day. Thanks so much.
Oops. I'm going to ask for your help, okay? These are words from a dear friend of mine, a colleague who also served in the Flint congregation in Michigan. I want you to feel the floor. Feel the earth. I want you all to feel the floor, feel the earth. We touch the floor to remember that wherever we bring our best selves is holy ground. We reach for the sky. Can you reach for the sky with me? To remember that we are part of a mystery much bigger than ourselves. Here's the scary one. We hold hands. To remember that we need one another in this one human family. And soon we will join our voices to remember that each has a gift to offer to the world and to use in making the world a better place.
And now for our chalice lighting. Blessed is the fire that burns deep in the soul. It is the flame of the human spirit kindled by the mystery of life. It is the fire of compassion, the fire of community, the fire of justice and joy. As we gather, may it inspire us to grow spiritually and build a more just and joyful world. Please rise in body or spirit and sing together hymn number 1051 in the teal hymnal, We Are.
Each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. We are our grandmother's prayers and wisdom of ages. We are our grandmother's prayers, and we are our grandfather's dreamings. We are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are.
I want to invite you to take a deep breath. Let it out. Let out a little more. Take a deep breath, imagining you're walking with people, moving with people through life. And let it out. Take a breath that expands from earth to sky. And let it out. And so filled with life, so touched in the heart. With courage, we make a promise to each other by saying our words and singing our songs of affirmation. Say with me, love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve human need. This do we affirm and covenant with each other.
From all that dwell below the skies, let songs of faith and hope arise. Let peace, goodwill on earth be sung through every land, by every tongue.
Please be seated.
Now is the time for our story, and if there are any people who would like to come up and join with us, I will hold the pictures of the story while Carson reads it, and there will also be images on the screens.
I lost my balloon once. I tried so hard to hold on tight, to never let go. But it was windy, and I was running. I watched it fly higher than the trees, above the clouds, past where I couldn't see. I was sad, but not as sad as I am now. I can always get another balloon, but I can never have another you. I miss you. Sometimes, I wonder what happens to your love now that you're gone. Did it die too? Because I'm scared I'll forget you. Sometimes I wish I could still give you a hug. I would hug you so tight in a great, big bear hug and never let go. I'm making a box so I won't forget you. with our memories, like sand from the beach where we played and left footprints as we ran from the crashing waves. I want to go everywhere we've been, everywhere you've been, everywhere we wanted to go. I go to places that help me think of you. I look around and remember. It makes me smile. And then I find the perfect thing for my memory box. Some days are good. I laugh, I smile. Other days, I wonder if I'll ever stop feeling sad that you're gone. But I always think of you. So many things remind me of you. Today, I'm asking everyone their favorite memories of you. Silly, sweet, some just so you. I'm listening to every word, imagining you laughing with us. It helps me when I think about our special times. And it even helps to still do the things we'd planned to do together. You're still with me in my heart. Now I'm making new memories. My first time on a roller coaster, trying a new sport, exploring a new place. I'll always share these memories with you. I was afraid I would forget you, but I won't. You'll always be with me, no matter where I go. Whenever I miss you, I'll think of you, and I'll never forget.
Thank you. The Memory Box by Joanna Rowland. And now I invite the congregation to please sing together, "Go Now in Peace," as the children go to their religious education classes.
When we gather for worship, we have an opportunity to live out our Unitarian Universalist values in the world with acts of generosity. Generosity that shows us something about ourselves, and generosity that fosters in the world positive change. This month, we invite you to contribute to the Edward Miller Memorial Scholarship Fund. Established in June 2004, this fund honors Edward Miller, our former music director, and provides direct financial assistance to graduating high school music students in Nassau County. Ways to give are listed in your order of service and up on the screens. And my request is that you please be as generous as you are able. Great. And I think we have a new song for this month. Thank you.
If we could advance to the next slide, please. You don't really need this slide. All you need to know is when I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. The choir is going to sing us first. Two, three, four.
I breathe in peace when I breathe out.
2, 3, 4.
I breathe out love when I breathe in.
2, 3, 4.
I breathe in peace when I breathe out.
2, 3, 4.
I breathe out love when I breathe in.
2.
I breathe in peace when I breathe out. I breathe out love when I breathe in. I breathe in peace when I breathe out. I breathe out love when I breathe in. I breathe in peace when I breathe out. I breathe out. I breathe out love when I breathe in. I breathe in peace when I breathe out. I breathe out love.
Oh my. Oh my. That preacher prayed for me, had me on her mind, took the time to pray for me. I'm so glad she prayed. I'm so glad she prayed. I'm so glad she prayed for me. When I sat at the bedside of our beloved lead minister, she said, "Pray for me. Pray for me in the words that you would use." And so I shall with you. Will we join our hearts in the spirit of prayer? O thou whom no person at any time hath seen, and yet who is so artfully revealed when we lie on our backs and contemplate the star-strewn sky, when we walk by the seaside and look over the break of waves and to the far horizon, in the setting and the rising of the sun, when we walk in the woods and notice everything, the majestic trees and the scurrying fauna, the tiniest of insects, and life emergent in sprout and bud, flower and fruit. When we go into town and see all our siblings in this one human family. O thou, great mystery, we touch you when we hold each other's hands, when we notice the quick pulse and shallow breath, the tremor of pain and the deep sighs of relief. We commune with you, eternal presence, when we mediate with one another this life we share, the comings and goings of generations, the love we know for our children and grandchildren and their children and grandchildren, the caring we display to our elders, to the widow and widower, to the orphan and the stranger. O great thou, how we find you in the human conscience, in the love of art and the appreciation of utility, in times of togetherness and times when we must be alone in our thoughts, in the urges we feel for justice, justice which we pursue. Name beyond names, infinity beyond the finite, love that wilt not let us go. Fill our hearts now with generosity and joy, and carry us through this life, connecting us to all souls at every level, in all universes, and at all times and beyond time. And let the beauty of the great mystery of many names be upon us, and establish thou the work of our hands upon us. Yea, the work of our hands, establish thou it. Establish thou it. Amen. As you are able, as you are willing, I'd like to invite you to come to the candle box to honor all of our ancestors. And as you are able, as you are willing, after lighting a candle, I'm going to invite you to take a pansy. Just pluck one. Bring it back to your seat. Hold dearly your memories of Natalie, and put that pansy crushed inside your hymnal somewhere. And it'll be there for someone, sometime. So mote it be. And to the boxes, welcome.
Our reading for today is the poem Heavy by Mary Oliver. That time I thought I could not go any closer to grief without dying. I went closer, and I did not die. Still, I was bent, and my laughter, as the poet said, was nowhere to be found. Then my friend Daniel, brave even among lions, said, "It's not the weight you carry, but how you carry it. Books, bricks, grief, it's all in the way you embrace it, balance it, carry it, when you cannot and would not put it down." So I went practicing. Have you noticed? Have you heard the laughter that comes now and again out of my startled mouth? How I linger to admire the things of this world that are kind and maybe also troubled. Roses in the wind, the sea geese on the steep waves, a love to which there is no reply. We gather today holding grief, yes, but also gratitude. Many of us carry the ache of absence sitting right alongside the fullness of memory. And perhaps that is exactly where Natalie would want us to begin, in the honest, complicated truth of this moment. You carry a heavy weight. Maybe you are experiencing a compound and complex grief right now. The grief of not knowing, the grief of surprise, the grief of loss. You don't have to carry it all alone. Reverend Dr. Fenimore was a quiet truth teller. She did not traffic in easy comfort or pleasant evasions. She would sit with you in the hard place, and she would tell you the truth gently, carefully, but without flinching, sometimes through asking you a question, without telling you anything. Let us tell the truth about what we have lost and what we have been given. We heard the story earlier about memories. And now for another story, and we know how Natalie loved stories. This is a short one. You may have heard it before. So, a wave. Imagine being a wave. Imagine seeing a wave along the ocean as it rolls and rolls. The wave rolls along the ocean, delighting in its journey, feeling the wind and the sun, feeling the swell and the crash. Then it spots the shore ahead. It watches as other waves crash and disappear into white foam and stillness. Terror rises in the wave. It cries out, "Soon I will hit the shore. I will be no more." A wise, older wave turns to it and says, "Dear friend, you are not just a wave. You are water. Your form as a wave will change, but you will return to what you have always been, the vast ocean itself." We Unitarian Universalists occupy a unique place when we contemplate the great mystery of what lies beyond. While some faith traditions paint vivid pictures of celestial kingdoms or cycles of rebirth, many of us find our immortality in the ripples that we create in the vast ocean of human experience. Reverend Natalie was a wave who knew she was water. She moved through this world with quiet purpose, and she understood, I think, deeply that what she did here in this room, standing right here, many times, what she did in these relationships, in this community, it wasn't merely her life's work. It was her legacy. It was her continuation. She cared fiercely and practically with her whole self about this community caring for one another, not just as an abstract principle, not as a bumper sticker, but as a daily discipline. She believed that how we show up for each other, especially in hard times, is the measure of who we are as people. She modeled that belief every day, not by being perfect, but by being authentically herself. She championed the rights of women when it was uncomfortable. She worked for racial diversity in our congregation and in the wider UU Association, not because it was fashionable, and even when it was not fashionable, but because she knew that a community does not reflect the full breadth of humanity, that it is diminished when it is not being racially inclusive. She understood, as all quiet truth tellers do, that justice work is not a project you complete. It's a direction you choose to move in every day, again and again. These were not just positions that she held, they were the shape of her soul, and they were among the truest things she left us. We can live into, by her example, live into our authenticity. I'll be real with you, I'm not an expert on grief. I'm not sure. There's some people maybe in this room who are. I have a hard time sometimes with death. And I think that what happens for many of us, I know this happens for me, is that when someone close to me dies, I start thinking about, it goes from one thing to the next, and it gets really complicated, and I start thinking about my own death. And I think about all of the people who have gone before me. And it gets pretty tough for me, may not for you. And that is one of the things that we can do here for one another in this community, is hold space for a variety of different responses and feelings, knowing that many of us are going to show up in our grief in different ways at different times. So holding grace for one another is incredibly important during this time. If you notice yourself or someone else seems to be acting extra cranky, extra sensitive, extra defensive, let's have grace for ourselves and one another and call one another into community as our best selves, which means sometimes we don't show up as our best selves, but we're held anyway. So waves shape a shore. Yes, the waves crashing up and shaping it. And it's in the gardens here on the shore where we do our tending, our growing. This is where our UU understanding of immortality becomes not just beautiful, but also practical. The ocean, the vast connected web of human love and memory and influence, is the theological framework, but most of us do not live in that ocean every day. We live on the shore, and on the shore, we garden. I like to think that our immortality lives in the garden that we plant, knowing others will enjoy its shade and sweetness long after we are gone. It dwells in the kind words that echo in someone's heart for years to come. It resides in the causes we champion, the injustices we fight, and the love we pour into our communities. The wave carries the seed to the shore. What grows there, that is our work. Reverend Dr. Fenimore's wave reached every one of us, probably, in this room. If it did, then you know where it landed. You felt it. Perhaps it was the way she told you the truth you needed to hear, possibly posed as a question, gently, without flinching. Perhaps it was the way she showed up in this community, not because it was easy, but because she believed with her whole self that we are responsible to one another. Perhaps it was her insistence that justice is not a project you finish, but a direction you choose again and again. So a question, a one of many questions, but a question before us now. The question that grief often eventually asks is this: what will we do with what she carried to us? Grief in the Unitarian Universalist tradition is not simply something to be survived. It's something to be inhabited, something to be learned from, to be transformed by. How many of us have experienced a grief that truly changed us? We sit with it, we let it teach us, we let it show us what mattered, and then when we are ready, we let it point us towards the garden. So this is a service to honor and recognize our grief and to process it a bit in community together in this place where so many of us experienced Reverend Dr. Natalie Fenimore's leadership, her ministry, her care, her guidance in this place. It's a service about memories, about remembering, about carrying forward things that we learned and honoring a really special person's legacy in our lives and in the life of this congregation. To remember someone like Natalie is to ask, what did she see in the world that I want to see? What did she believe that I want to carry? What did she practice that I want to cultivate in myself? Memory at its best is not a museum, it's a garden. It's alive, it grows, and it requires some tending. We have some activities in the art gallery that help you engage with that tending of memories. If you would like to check them out after the service and maybe take some home with you, or maybe even do some of them while you're here in this place. We remember Natalie not by preserving her in amber, but by letting her live in the choices we make, in how we speak the truth when it's easier to stay quiet, in how we show up for one another when it costs us something, in how we refuse to look away from injustice when we are tired. That is what it means to carry someone forward. That is how a wave's work continues long after the water has returned to the sea. So each of you maybe received a packet of seeds when you entered the service today in the worship room. Is there anyone who doesn't have a packet? Because we have some that we can hand out, and I would like everyone to get your packet of Black-Eyed Susan seeds now. We have a few people who don't have them. I have a couple folks who will bring them to you. So go ahead and raise your hand, and we'll make sure you get some packets of seeds. When you have your packet, go ahead and hold it in your hand or hands. There's a couple people upstairs. We have someone coming up to you. Here she is. Great. And we have a couple people over here on this side of the worship room who need seeds as well. Great. All righty. As you hold your seeds, these are Black-Eyed Susan seeds. This is a beautiful flower that's a perennial, and it reseeds, so it continues to grow year after year. As you hold your seeds in your hands, I invite you to bring to mind a quality of Reverend Dr. Natalie Fenimore that you would like to grow in your own life? Hold that quality in your mind and heart. If you are comfortable, press your seeds to your heart and imagine that quality spreading into those seeds. So it's there in your heart, it's there in your seeds. And now I invite you, after this service, to go home and find somewhere that you can plant these seeds. Plant these seeds with the intention of growing this quality that you admire and want to grow in your life, so that you will always remember it and keep it growing within you. Thank you. A seed holds within it, invisibly and entirely, everything it is going to become. It carries its future inside it before anyone can see it. It requires soil and water and time and tending. But the potential, the essential thing, is already there. Natalie planted something in all of us. For you, you know what it is. It may be her honesty, her quality of quiet courage in naming what is true. It may be her care for community, her insistence that we are responsible to one another, her commitment to justice, her refusal to accept a world less fair than the one she worked toward. It may be something more personal, something between only the two of you. As you hold your seeds today, I invite you to continue to name that quality to yourself in the quiet of your own heart. Name what you received from her. Name what you want to grow. Take it home, plant it, tend it, let it become something. That is how we remember Reverend Dr. Natalie Fenimore. That is how, one way we remember her, and that is how, one way, a wave becomes an ocean. Reverend Dr. Natalie Fenimore, you have changed the shape of this water. You have altered the course of these waves. You have loved us honestly and well, and we are different for it. We release you now into the great ocean, and we carry you forward. May we tend these seeds that you planted. May we speak the truths you taught us. May we care for one another as you cared for us. And may we, in our own time, trust, as you surely did, that we are not merely waves. We are water. We are part of something that does not end. Amen, and blessed be. I invite you to rise in body or spirit and sing together now hymn number 18, What Wondrous Love.
Oh
After the postlude, I invite you to leave this room going with peace, peace in your heart, knowing that we are one and that you are loved. Let us now extinguish the chalice. You may be seated.